Hey, what's going on, guys? Here's another video for you. This is my Emperor collection. I feel like most people at this point have heard of Emperor, but for those of you who don't know, Emperor is a symphonic black metal band that started in 1991. In 1992, they released their first demo, Wrath of the Tyrant, which comes on this CD along with the EP after Wrath of the Tyrant, which is self-titled, just called Emperor, that they released in 1993. So I'll just talk about both of these at once. The EP is like one of the best EPs ever written. I mean, everyone knows the songs like from the album after this. I Am the Black Wizards, Cosmic Keys to My Creation and Times. Just excellent stuff. And I particularly enjoy them on this release, the EP, because it's more so just straight up raw black metal before they threw in kind of the symphonic elements. So it's definitely a different take on the songs, and it's really cool. And then Night of the Graveless Souls is an excellent song with some weird, like, carnival synth thrown in there. I think that actually might have been the first song I ever heard by them, and I loved it. And then the title track, Wrath of the Tyrant, is excellent. This EP, which came out in 1993, 9.5 out of 10, easy. Just absolutely fantastic shit, from the vocals, the production, drumming, everything. And then the demo, which they released in 1992, called Wrath of the Tyrant, I remember not really liking that much, but I listened to it again today, and I actually enjoyed it. I feel like the older I get, the more I learn to like appreciate raw black metal and just kind of like the punk attitude of it, and like the just filth, kind of like the filthy like production and like not giving a fuck. So I really thought this demo was great. Ancient Queen is awesome. And then they have like a song or two from In the Nightside Eclipse, In the Nightside Eclipse, Lord of the Storms. Yeah, I actually really like this demo. I would give it an 8 out of 10. And I even think Samuth, the guitar player, plays drums on it, which is interesting. So then after that, in 1994, they released the classic In the Nightside Eclipse. Everyone fucking knows this album. Everyone loves this album, and for good reason. It's easily the best symphonic black metal album ever written, ever made. I don't care what anyone has to say. I don't think anyone would really argue against that. I know it's kind of like a cliche thing to say. It's kind of like saying you like Transylvanian Hunger. It's like the black metal equivalent of saying I like the Beatles. You know what I mean? Like, we all do. But yeah, this album deserves its notoriety. I bought this when I was like 13, and I didn't get it until like I was maybe like 15. It took me a while to get into the production because I'm pretty sure I went right from like Midian, like Cradle of Filth, to this, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? But yeah, every song on here is just absolutely amazing. The production is just nothing short of magical. Just an absolute masterpiece of an album. The last two songs alone, I Am the Black Wizards and Inu Satana, are just like, still to this day, give me shivers when I listen to them. Cosmic Keys to My Creation and Times, Towards the Pantheon, Into the Infinity of Thoughts. So many good songs, so many classics. And then this version comes with two covers, A Fine Day to Die, which is really cool, and Gypsy by Merciful Fate. So, without beating around the bush, this is a 10 out of 10. If anyone out there hasn't heard it, turn this off right now and listen to it. It's a fucking masterpiece. So then after that, in 1997, they released Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk. I like this album almost as much as In the Nightside Eclipse. There are even days when sometimes I feel like I like this better than In the Nightside Eclipse. Now, I will say, kind of like in the Nightside Eclipse, the production takes some getting used to. The drums are very triggered. And everything's very chaotic sounding, like just the mix in general. But once you get into it, you can kind of just take the production and all that stuff for what it is, you'll find like masterfully written songs on here. I mean, Ye and Transiperium, excellent song, just unrelenting with the blast beats. I love the clean vocals too in that song. Thus Spake the Night Spirit, Ensorcelled by Chaos, has this very nighttime, hypnotizing atmosphere. Loss and Curse of Reverence is great. With Strength I Burn, it's just a fucking masterpiece. The lyrics in that are just amazing. I love the songwriting and the composition, just excellent. And then the closer, I mean, it's only like a 3-minute song, The Wanderer, so atmospheric. This album is just, again, another masterpiece. I don't know if it's quite to the level of In the Night Side Eclipse, just because it's not quite as legendary, but yeah, this is a 9.5 out of 10. Some days it's a fucking 10 out of 10. And I saw them play this live last July or June or whatever the fuck it was, and amazing fucking shit. After that, in 1999, they released 9 Equilibrium, which I don't own. I just heard it for the first time straight through the other day. I only know like certain songs on it. Curse You All Men, everyone knows that. It's a great song. Sworn is a great song. And then the other ones that I listened to that I wasn't that familiar with, it's a very good album, actually. I was really surprised. Like, Decrystallizing Reason is just a fucking, really like a pummeling, unrelenting song. Like, Trim's drumming is like, god damn, dude. The Secrets of Icon E is fucking awesome. That's another just unrelenting track. The Warriors of Modern Death is really cool. And then the last song is really good too, Of Blindness and Subsequent Sears. I was actually really surprised at how much I liked that album. Because, you know, you always hear mixed reviews and you never really know what to think. So I never really picked it up. But yeah, it kind of reminds me, so like, for an analogy, so an analogy to Mayhem, Mayhem has their De Mysterious album, which is like they're In the Night Side Eclipse. I feel like 9 Equilibrium is comparable to Chimera by Mayhem in that it's nowhere near as good as De Mysterious, but it's really memorable and very good in its own right, but it just kind of lacks that atmosphere and magic. But the musicianship and like just the energy is really, like, you know, they're really firing on all cylinders. 9 Equilibrium and Chimera, I mean, both really astounding albums, just like musicianship wise. And this is, I feel like there's some proggy bullshit thrown in here, but for the most part they keep it nice and straight to the point. Yeah, very good album. I really enjoyed it. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. Very good stuff. Again, not as like mystical and magical as In the Night Side Eclipse or Anthems, but very good in its own way. And so the last album they released, so they've only released 4 full lengths, is Prometheus, The Discipline of Fire and Demise. I own this for some reason. It's a good album. It's just not really my thing. Thorns on My Grave is a really fucking awesome song. The drumming, that's crazy. The Prophet's cool, but the other ones are kind of like, eh. When I saw them in July, they opened with In the Wordless Chamber, and I was kind of just like, it's good. It's not great, though, unlike every other song they played in that set. But yeah, you know, I understand where they went with this album. As musicians, you have to naturally progress. So they went with the more prog route, which is just not my thing. I don't hate it. I just don't really find it interesting. Like guitar wankery and odd timing and all that kind of shit. It's just like where's the atmosphere? There's not really that much atmosphere in this album, but you know, it's good for what it is. I get it. As a musician, you want to like take that route. It totally makes sense to me. It's not what I would do, but I get it. So yeah, you know, I'd give this like a 6.5 out of 10. And then after this, Ihsahn, the main guy behind Emperor, well, for the most part, went on to do his own solo project called Ihsahn. He's like 7 albums deep now, I think. He just released one the other week. I never got into it. It's, again, more of that proggy kind of bullshit, but, you know, again, I get it. So, yeah, for those of you who have, for whatever fucking reason, have not checked out Emperor, definitely check out Emperor, specifically In the Night Side Eclipse and Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk. They're pretty much equal in terms of, like, amazingness. So, yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you later.